Topping our news at noon, police clearing the pro-Palestinian encampment at Wayne State University. Check out this video of officers moving in on the site on campus and taking those tents down. And here's where the protesters ended up after that, the Detroit Detention Center on the city's east side. This is a live look now from that demonstration. Good afternoon, I'm Allie Hoxie. So far, we know at least 6 people were taken into custody to that detention center. Before the students marched there to protest, they gathered on campus to rally against the police taking down the encampment. After that, they marched to the Detroit Detention Center for a new demonstration. Let's take a look now at some of the images from earlier today when police moved in on the encampment. Sparks started flying between officers and protesters before 6 this morning as university police rushed the mall at Wayne State using tools to dismantle the tents. They lined up early in riot gear, ready to move in. They were joined by Detroit police for support. Chopper 7 flying over that area as they pushed people out and took tents down. A lot happening with this story in just the last few hours. So let's get right now to 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham live from the Detroit Detention Center on Mound. And Darren, what are you seeing out there right now?
Yes, Allie, good afternoon. Demonstrators assembled here at the Detroit Detention Center about 20 minutes ago. We were actually in the thick of it towards the front, but we moved back, one, to give you a better vantage point of what's going on out here. Also, I heard there's Detroit police are out here. They're assembling. There were some across the street, one who got on a loudspeaker asking protesters here to move from the median. But these protesters, these demonstrators are here showing their support for those who were arrested this morning at the encampment. I confirmed with a university spokesperson not long ago, about 5 minutes ago, I got off the phone with Matt Lockwood with Wayne State. He says that 12 people were arrested. 12 people were arrested. Again, this all stemmed from this morning's raid on the pro-Palestinian encampment, which had been in place on campus at the Spirit Rock since last Thursday. Around 5:30 this morning, university police in riot gear showed up to the encampment. In a statement from the university president, Kimberly Andrews Espy, she said several warnings were given for students to leave and that, quote unquote, many people left. She says encampment cleanup is ongoing. Then at 10 o'clock, we were over in another area. At 10 o'clock this morning, demonstrators moved a short distance away, staging a rally and a press conference denouncing the university's actions, speaking against the raid, also alleging the university police removed a woman's hijab, her religious head covering. At the press conference, demonstrators once again reiterated their demands and the actions that they're calling from the university administration, including divestment from weapons manufacturing companies and to fully disclose their investments. I also spoke with a faculty member who spoke in solidarity with these students. Take a listen.
I believe that students have the right to protest. They were protesting peacefully. They have been always peaceful. Kids would come and walk around and the students would greet them with respect. Many faculty came here and can attest to that. Raiding them like that, and I have said that multiple times before, is harmful to our relationship with our community, harmful to our relationship with the students themselves.
All right, and so it was at that press conference over at Wayne State that someone announced that the group should move over to this location, the Detroit Detention Center on Mound, showing support for those who were arrested. And so at 12:30, I just spoke with the media liaison a few minutes ago. He plans to speak even further. And so stay with 7 News Detroit because we will continue to cover this developing story. Live in Detroit, Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
Yeah, that latest update, 12 people detained. Darren, thank you. Wayne State University President Dr. Kimberly Espy released a statement today. It says in part, quote, the encampment created multiple legal health and safety challenges that disrupted our operations and required us to shift to remote operations this week. The encampment also created an environment of exclusion, one in which some members of our campus community felt unwelcome and unable to fully participate in campus life. Dr. Espy goes on to say university leadership repeatedly engaged with occupants of the encampment, and in each conversation they reiterated that the occupants were trespassing on university property and asked that the encampment be removed.